All right. Thanks for tuning in. Reps and Real Talk, guys. This is our pilot program for our Pro Series. We're going to just talk about a various number of topics, little fitness industry talk, some, what's the day in the life of like. We have on set Flip, Cholo Fit.
Cholo Fit. Yeah. What's up, guys? Flip Fit from Houston, Texas. Excited to be on this podcast. Excited to have some conversation with you guys and see what we can chop it up about.
Yeah. Then we got Miss Christine.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, I'm here in Houston as well. Very excited to talk more about Labrada and the team and things that we got going on.
Yeah. So what do you have going on?
Yeah.
What's going on with you? Yeah. Tell us.
I'm on prep currently.
Nice.
For my wellness show.
Okay.
It's in about 5.5 weeks.
Where is that going to be at?
That's going to be in Dallas. It's
Okay.
in Dallas, Texas. So then we're going to, end.
So you look like a beginner. Is this your first show or?
Be like,
I mean, not everyone's like a runner physique like yourself now.
I'm a runner now. What can I say?
Former bodybuilder, now runner,
Right.
5K, 10K,
Yeah, this is going to be my 10th show.
Wow.
Actually. So
Okay.
I started competing about 9.5 years ago. I started out in figure. Wellness wasn't a division at the time. So
Yeah, I remember
was
that.
my division at the time. And then 3 years ago, wellness came in. And so that's when I switched because that was favorable to my body type. So it's definitely been really great so far. I've done 3 wellness shows,
Nice.
placed at every single one, done really well. The goal is to get my pro card this year, which
Yeah.
I'm very high and hopeful and confident that it will happen. So I need to requalify because my previous qualification expired because it was a little over a year ago since I last competed.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to do this show, requalify, and then do the national show that's going to be a week after. So we're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the goal. So what do you think about like all these women divisions? Like, we got fit model, bikini, fitness, figure, women's physique, bodybuilding, wellness. I mean, like, do you see the competition increasing, decreasing as you compete, like show after show?
I feel like it's growing, which I think is really great. And I think the variety of divisions, especially with the fit model division coming in, it's actually really nice to see like it broaden because it's going to bring in more athletes at different levels to compete, which I think is great because I feel like for me, I resonate with that in a way because I did love figure when I did it and it matched the goals that I wanted for my own physique, which is bringing up my upper body. That was my desired look. But I feel like getting into bodybuilding, although I did like it, I feel like it was kind of hard to find a division that actually fit my natural body type.
Yeah.
So like bikini was out of the question because my structure, my shape, like I have wider hips, more dominant legs naturally.
You're
so
Latina.
Yes, I'm a Latina. Yeah,
Let's be real.
the Latina shape.
And that built
Exactly. I would, I would be fighting against my genetics, so we do not want that. And I would have to lose muscle. So that's definitely.
So wellness is. That's like bottom heavy.
Yes.
Literally like waist down. I've seen so much competition.
Yes.
It's different for us guys. You competed, I competed. We only had bodybuilding when I started, and then it was classic, and now men's physique. Hopefully they don't add another division to us.
I was hoping for men's wellness, but
you might fit that category.
I'm pretty.
You got a dom.
You'll be the first.
Yeah, you got a dom.
Hispanic, Latino.
Yeah,
Pretty bottom heavy.
Yeah.
No, but I agree. I just think that the divisions do open up the sport for more achievable physiques for certain people at different different points of their life. Right. I know we made a joke earlier about me being a runner now.
Yeah.
So I have been running a lot more lately, and my physique has changed since I started running, right? I'm used to walking around in the off season, mid 230s, 240. Right now I'm in
180,
low 200s. Whoa. I'm in the low 200s.
Yeah, I got you.
And so, if I was to say right now, and I was a beginner and I wanted to start competing, bodybuilding probably wouldn't be where I would start, right? So I think opening divisions is a good thing. However, it can oversaturate the sport with so many divisions and having to, get qualifications and stuff like that. It just opens up a big can of worms.
Yeah.
But I think it's got its pros and its cons.
So how do you feel now, like compared to your diet and your training, like as a bodybuilder compared to more runner, athletic, more agility? Is it easier? Do you enjoy it more? Do you miss things about bodybuilding in the terms of like structuring your programs and dietary?
One of my biggest things that I always say is I'm always going to live the lifestyle, right?
Yeah,
Still train hard. I still eat. I'd say maybe like 60-70% like a bodybuilder.
Right.
I'm just not so hard on myself tracking and making sure I'm meeting certain numbers. But I'm still training hard, eating well. All I'm doing is just changing my training styles a little bit. Like, for instance, my leg days aren't as heavy as they used to be. Why? Because I'm running 5 days a week, and it's a lot more taxing on my legs. So by the time I get to a leg day, I can't push the way I used to.
Right.
Or if I push too hard on my leg day, I won't be able to run the next day. So I think that's kind of where it starts to affect your training style, is really what gets affected depending on what you're doing. I like to be athletic. I got kids that play sports. I coach. I want to be able to show these kids how to do things, not just tell them.
Be functional.
So, be functional. So I think I'd like to consider myself a hybrid athlete at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You don't see many. I mean, people either do bodybuilding or don't. And it's kind of hard to kind of downgrade from where you were structurally to have that bodybuilding regime and diet and feeling big and pushing the weight to kind of like, I mean, as we age gracefully, we have to just kind of take care of that body a little bit more, a little bit better. So,
I mean, I think one of the things that a big misconception is like, oh, well, if you're a runner, you can't be strong. You can still be both, right?
Yeah,
you can still be strong. I mean, I've been running, and I'm not a marathon runner by any means, but I've been putting in 5 miles daily, and I can still throw 405 on a bench press and bench press 405, squat 405, deadlift 405. I think that's like my main thing is like, if I could stay around that strength and then still be functional, I think that's pretty good.
And those are pretty good goals, man. 405 is pretty decent, man. It's not lightweight.
It's not lightweight. It's not super heavy either.
What is it?
I was like, it's my warm up.
It's a warm up, yeah. That's what I should have said. Like, that's what I do. Like, dude, that's like back in the day, like when I was choking, like going in the gym and like putting on a plate, a squat, and then 2 plates, like no warm up, no nothing. Now I'm like, dude, I got to spend, at least 10 minutes foam rolling, stretching out, doing a couple warm up sets. I mean, there's no, man, my God, I don't have those good knees anymore, man.
No. By the way, that was 405 for like 1 rep. I didn't mean like rep.
4 reps. Yeah. That's good though, man. So what are you sipping on over there?
Sipping on our new Charge RTD. These are great. When you don't have your pre-workout with you, drink it on the go. Man, I drink these probably like 2 or 3 times a week, and I feel it within 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I'm ready to go.
I like them. I like the tart berry.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a watermelon kind of guy, but the tart berry hits. A
little bit different, yeah.
I like the watermelon. It tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, it does actually. Yep, I've had both flavors.
It's good though. Like you said, it hits it like to me like 15 minutes after taking them. Like I feel good, but I don't get that crash though. Same. Like afterwards, like like an energy drink or coffee. It's like, oh, I get a little spurt of energy, and then I'm like dying for like a second cup. So
I sell these at my gym. And
you got a gym now.
Yeah, right? They've been flying off out the fridge. Like people will love them, and they're like, man, those things are strong. I'm like, wait till our new drop comes out.
Oh yeah, the supercharged, man, the Pro Series supercharged. I love that we have Power Punch and then we have Strawberry Lemonade. So that's a powder formula that we're coming out with hopefully by the end of the year. So
exciting.
What do you think about that?
It's going to be better and stronger than this bad boy, right? So this is kind of more like if you're on the go and you need something quick and you don't have time to go buy a new pre-workout or whatever the case may be. This is the one you keep in your backpack, in your bag on a daily basis. Yeah. And it's time to go to work.
That to me, I'll use like sparingly. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's a daily for me, but I'll definitely, if I have like a big, back day coming up or leg day, but some tibia and glutes, I probably won't do it, like heavy forearms. I'm not going to just
forearm day
supercharge.
Yeah, you're not going to take supercharge on.
Let me get massive forearm.
Wrist and ankle.
Calves and forearms.
Yeah.
That's good.
You probably know a little bit more about this, but I know this option has either 1 scoop or 2 scoops, and that's going to vary on how powerful you want it.
I mean, it's 325, for serving. So sometimes people are a little caffeine sensitive. They want to take half a scoop. It's still tolerable. It's got the 5 grams of glycerol in there. So I mean, we're literally supercharged that pre-workout. It's nothing like that. You don't have a lot of pre-workout with glycerol in there because it just clumps and everything. But that's super for pumps, endurance, stamina, strength. I mean, we hit all markers on that point. So we're super proud of that coming out. Hopefully you guys will try it soon. But so going back, do you have a gym? How long have you had that?
So Houston Iron Gym. We've been around for a little bit over 2.5 years now. We just recently moved to a bigger location. We've been there actually coming up on a year already. Actually, next month will be a year for us. We are in a 11,000 square foot warehouse now, continuously growing. I think we're pushing 700 members now. So it's been definitely been a fun journey for me, and watching the gym grow, the culture, the community, it's been a blast, and I just can't wait.
That's such a hard industry. I mean, like starting in fitness, I think, I worked at Lifetime Fitness as a trainer, then got to a managerial role and ran a couple of clubs. And then I think every ambitious fitness person wants to eventually own their own gym. It's like, that's the ultimate goal. Mm-hmm. And then I did that for 10 years. And man, let me tell you, and you can attest to this, it's not easy work. I mean, it's not, oh, you already have a gym? And I'm like, people would say that I would go work out at other gyms because I couldn't differentiate work in like my personal time. Because if I'm in the gym, I'm always like, okay, I got to attend the clients and equipment and cleaning and whatnot. I couldn't separate the two. Mm-hmm. So what gym do you work at, Christine?
I work out at Species in Baytown currently, and then I actually started rotating it with Premier Strength Gym because I live more in the League City area now.
Yeah, it's far.
Yes, worth the drive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I work out at Premier and Species. I take clients currently one-on-one at Species, and then I only solely train like at Premier, just kind of switch it up because it's a lot closer too.
Yeah.
So I like both of them, and then there's also a new gym that just opened called Fit Labs. It's like a wellness center as well. So I'm gonna also be popping in there every once in a while because I'm actually starting to flop training one-on-one clients there. Okay. And it's a lot. It's close to where I live too. And what I really like about it too is that it's like a wellness center. So they actually have like a doctor on site, so you can get your blood panels, blood work, IV drips, things like that. They
like
have
a one-stop shop,
right? Yeah. And they have like recovery center, like the massage chairs, like the hydro chambers, and then they have all those things. And then what's kind of cool too is that not only am I going to get clients there as well, but I might start doing, because I have a background of working in healthcare as a nurse for 9 years. So with that being said, I could also not only train people there, but I could actually help do blood panel, draw blood, do IV drips. So I can actually take care of my clients beyond just training. I can also like do their blood work and blood panel, and then sit with them with the doctor and then go over everything and be like, this is what you need to do differently to hit these marks or to fill in these gaps and correcting these different things. So it's definitely something that I'm really excited to dive into here within this next month, because things are starting to take off here soon. So do
you do more online clients or in person, or are you trying to do a split?
I started in online. I've been doing online coaching for 9 years now. So most of my clients are all online, and then I can't remember how far into my coaching journey that I started taking one-on-one clients, but I would say maybe like 5 of those years I started taking one-on-ones. But I definitely have more online than one-on-one clients. But now that I'm broadening into different avenues, I feel like that's definitely starting to pick back up to where it's more even. So it's pretty exciting, like being able to kind of do more.
Do you do online or in person? Or
no, I've kind of stepped away a little bit from coaching, just with the business growing, being a full-time dad of 2 kids who play multiple sports, travel sports. I've stepped away a little bit from the coaching side of things. I still have 4 or 5 clients that have been with me for years that just absolutely do not want to leave me. So I take care of them early in the morning, get them out the way, and the rest of the day is just for the business, kids, family time. So I kind of, it just was too much for me to handle, to be honest.
I think it's a lot. I mean, I don't know. I've never enjoyed online coaching. I just felt like the personal touch you get from like a one-on-one training. Right. But I tell you what, I love my clients, but they drain you. Like physically, mentally, I'm like Dr. Phil, Oprah. Oh yeah. You have to like
it can catch up on you.
Sometimes. It's like you're the therapist, you're the coach, motivator.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, it's not just, hey, see you next week. It's like, you're constantly checking in with all your clients. It just kind of drained me, where at the end of the day, I got home and I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just need like an hour to myself, decompress, let me get in my groove. But it's worth it. But at the same time, it's such a roller coaster of an industry, right? Like you have peaks and valleys of, when people want to do, we're approaching holidays, so people are just more lax. They're like, I don't care about my goals. I'm already going to wait till 2026, new year, new me. And I'm like, whatever, same you, old me, But yeah, I don't know. Y'all have like run into those things where you have those clients that are just, they don't ever get to their goals. They just almost want like a social buddy. And it's something that's like, oh, well, so-and-so has a trainer. Like, I got to get a trainer.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to be in the know and just have that added to my resume.
Yeah. And I think you have to learn how to differentiate between those two types of clients, right? Like, I think personal training is pretty interesting in the fact that I tell people all the time, you're not just selling your knowledge, you're selling an experience, right? Because like you said, some people really just pay to have a friend,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And some people, they're serious, they have goals they want to meet, and they're all about meeting those goals. And once you learn how to differentiate those two type of clients, you can approach each client the way that you should, you know? So I think it's super important to know that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Same for you.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely rewarding, but yeah, just kind of learning your client and like kind of figuring out, I feel like really quickly you can kind of see like how all in they are, like what their energy is, like how experienced they are, things like that. And with my clients, I do send them like a questionnaire form in the beginning that has about like 10 questions just to get them to know about them as a client, like what their current habits look like when it comes to food and training already. Just so that way it kind of also gives me a little window insight on like kind of how they are, as how they may be as a client. And then you kind of learn them as you go and kind of.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good as any kind of personal trainer, you know, get the background. But I mean, let's face it, there's not a person on the planet that doesn't want to feel or look better, right? So training is like a luxury item for most. And that's the number one thing that goes when financial hard times hit is like, well, I can't do the training, but then they'll still spend like $8 on a Starbucks every day. And, you know, have priorities shifted a little bit. But
I found some of my best clients, and I don't know, maybe you can attest to this, but the clients that I'm still currently training right now that wanted to stick with me because they look forward to this every day. Some of my older clients, I have 3 clients that I train 6, 7, and 8 in the morning, and they're all in their 60s.
Yeah.
And they go in there and they get after it.
Yeah.
You would never even think that they're in their 60s because it's a lifestyle for them and they enjoy going to the gym and they look forward to staying healthy. So those are the type of clients and clientele that I like to stick with because I just feel like they're getting their money's worth and you're getting your knowledge worth. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like, I mean, I enjoyed lifestyle clients compared to like athletes. I mean, again, they're kind of with you through a short term, you know, 3 or 4 months, getting prepped for a show. And then there's so many trainers out there, there's so many coaches that it's like flip flop. There's no loyalty to me. Like I've seen it decrease over the years that, you know, just because I got you to this, it's like so-and-so is the hype trainer. They got the bigger following. They got so-and-so turning pro. And I'm like, I mean, it's good, but they soon quickly find out that it's not the same personal touch that you gave them, you know? And it kind of, I mean, it's a little discouraging because you invested in these people like throughout months and years. And then all of a sudden for them to like flip flop or not even, you know, give you the courtesy like, hey, thank you for what you did, but I'm out. You know,
they're like, hey, bye.
You're welcome. Same thing. Thing in the gym industry.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got the gym industry is so saturated. There's a new gym opening up every week.
Oh yeah, the competition.
And like you mentioned, there's no loyalty nowadays, right? So it's like, what's the newest, coolest gym with the coolest lighting that looks the best, and so I can post on Instagram or social media. So it gets it's very competitive, and not knocking any other gym, but it's very competitive, and you have to almost play the game of keeping up with the Joneses because it's like you got to stay relevant somehow. So this gym just got a bunch of new equipment. So you're like, what do I got to do now so I can bring?
And that's not cheap. I mean, it's not cheap to do that.
It's a tough business, but I think the most important thing and something that we carry here with Labrada very well is the culture and the community that you built. That's where the loyalty is really built, right? Because I tell people all the time, every gym you go to has equipment, right?
Yeah.
Every gym you go to is going to have a leg extension.
Well, I mean, you can get a decent workout with a pair of dumbbells, you know.
But it's like, but not every gym you go to are you going to meet the people that are going to make you feel like family, the vibe, you know. And so you're really, the culture and the community that you build is really where it's at. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I think most people have at least like 2 to 3 memberships.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I mean, you're going, like you said, I mean, you go to various gyms to where it's like, you know, these people are going to talk your ear off at this gym, or, you know, if I hit leg day, I'm going to go over here because they got better equipment, or I like the vibe and the lighting on this. Great for content. So you're not really loyal to like one gym like back in the day where it's like, this is my gym, this is my home base, you know, ride or die, this is where I'm going to, you know, grunt it out and make it happen. You know, it's not the same anymore. So yeah, I mean, it's funny though, the industry has so evolved, I guess. And I don't want to say even bad. It's just it's a different directional. So you have to kind of, what sets you apart, just like as trainers, right? I mean, if someone came in here and was like, well, we're all three trainers, we can coach you, but you got to get what's best fit. Like, what do you offer different than what I offer? Exactly. You know, and what are you going to provide? And, you know, people undercut that all the time. It's like, oh, don't go here, don't go there. There's so much trash talking, you know, amongst us, even though we're a small niche community, right? It's like, everybody knows one another. Everybody knows their business. And I'm like, man, dude, it's tough.
I just think you got to remember, especially being in Houston, one of the biggest cities. Yeah, is like, man, we can all eat, right? There's enough for all of us to eat. Yeah. There's no need to badmouth or bash another gym, right? At the end of the day, like you said, I have plenty of members that have 2 or 3 memberships, and I see them post out of the gyms, and I don't feel no type of way. Yeah, because I trust that what I'm providing is different from what any other gyms providing, right? Right. It's like the first time you go to a barber. Yeah, you sit down at the barber shop, and you go to a barber and he doesn't talk to you the whole time, you're probably never gonna go back to that barber again. Yeah. You sit down, you build a relationship, you talk, you get a little personal, talk about some things. Man, that's gonna be the barber for the rest.
You get the deluxe, little steam, you know, in here, you know,
because you get to
little massage, hot towel, the ladder, old school straight.
Start to relate, and you start to build a bond, and you're like, man, this is my barber forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So similar to that, I train at my own gym. I go in there and I talk to people, so that way I build that loyalty through my community, not just I'm the owner, I'm never in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think is the biggest like something to look forward to in the industry? You think it's like something we don't know about? I mean, how do you stay relevant as like in your business and in your coaching? Like what sets you apart? Is it social media? It's the personal touch? Like what makes you stand out amongst the others?
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's the personal touch, like what I bring to the table with my clients. Like I feel like with me, like I'm very confident what I bring to the table with my clients, because I'm very adamant on making sure that every client feels like they're my only client, because I'm putting that much attention into them. And plus it's just trailing off of my own personal experiences. I've been blessed to have really great coaches throughout my journey, but being in the industry for as long as what I have, like I've heard a lot of horror stories from a lot of clients that maybe come to me and then they have these horrible experiences, and I'm very, very blessed to not have had those, but it's very common nowadays. Like there are good coaches out there, but you hear a lot, like there's a lot of horror stories.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Too. And so it's like, for me, it's like, I just want to make sure I'm bringing the value that they deserve, because they're also paying me, and it's like, I also want to provide that as well. And so for me, it's like, I just make sure that it's exactly what they're getting is 110%. Like I want to make sure every client is getting that from me. Right. And I always make it very, very personal to the client. And when it comes, it's a little harder to do that online, but being more personal by like jumping on a call with them, or maybe like a quick FaceTime call or a quick check-in, like those things go a long way. And I also think about like what works well for me too. Like it's nice when you have your coach check in on you, even if it's like a random text, like through the day, like, hey, how are you? Like even my coach does that like often, like he'll just call me, hey, just seeing how you're doing. And it's like, oh, well, that's really nice. Like
it's part of the experience.
It's like out of all the clients she cares. I cross your mind, you want to check on me. Like it means a lot. So it's like making them feel more like personal with them, like in that way. Like that's a good way for me to do with online. I'm building that trust over time as well. And then just the in-person, I do like that aspect of being more personal. Like you're able to literally be with them physically. And then they get to gather your personality a lot better and absorb that and like really connect that friendship with them.
Tell him some red flags that people who are looking for a personal trainer for interested people to look forward to when they're
like red flags, like when
what should you shy away with? Yeah. So yeah,
and address it.
Yeah. What should you? So when looking for a personal trainer, a coach, whether it's competitively or just lifestyle, what are some red flags that you should look for in a coach to say, hey, this probably isn't the coach for me, or this is the coach for me, that you've seen out there or that you've come across? Because like you said, some clients have come to you with horror stories. So what are some things that people should look for?
Yeah, I feel like definitely like a coach that is making sure that you're checking in with them weekly. And then also like before you get started, kind of like getting to know the basics of you, of like your hormones, like kind of putting a little more importance on like getting your blood work done and making sure like you're starting off on a good baseline with
the health
that.
aspect of things.
Right. Because like that's been my main like thing from the jump is like I always want to keep my health in check. And a lot of times like I feel like in the industry it's so saturated where it's like a lot of, and again, not talking about all coaches because there are a lot of great coaches, but from my experiences of getting clients and just things that I've observed, there's a lot of coaches that would just give a client like any type of like gear with improper dosage. And it's just more so you can tell like their main focus is making money and just making sure like their client's place, which that's the goal, but you want to do it in a healthy way. And then there's coaches that don't care about that.
Right.
And they will just like push so much on the client, especially if they're new, like they're not going to know, they're trusting you. So it's like, and it makes me sad whenever I come across somebody that like started in like a prep and then they had a horrible experience like that. And then it totally shut them off from competing at all. And it gave them a bad like look on bodybuilding and bodybuilders. And it's just like, it makes me sad because that didn't have to be their experience, but it was. And I feel like just putting more importance on like making sure like your coach cares about those things, like that's super important.
Well, you got a lot of copy and paste coaches out there too, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Just giving, vanilla meal plans and stuff like that.
It's not a
like,
one
hey,
size
you get the
fits
same meal
all.
plan, you get the meal plan, you get the meal plan. Everybody gets the same meal plan.
Right.
And I feel like that's where some coaches fall short, right? I think everything should be depending on the client, and it should be specially made for that client, depending on what the goals are, what the health factors are, right? Because that's huge. A lot of coaches and a lot of personal trainers don't even look at that aspect of things. I'm gonna just train you. I'm gonna bring you in the gym, and if I can make you leave here throwing up, then I did my job. And that's not always the case, right? Go ahead.
Right.
In a complete sentence, say one key thing to avoid when searching for personal trainer and they
or a coach or coach.
So I think one huge thing when looking for a coach or personal trainer is look at their history, look at their work history, right? Look at previous clients. I mean, with social media, we have access to a lot of things nowadays. So go through their page, see what kind of client results they've gotten before. Honestly, it wouldn't hurt to reach out to a former client and say, hey, how'd you like Christine? Did you think she was a good coach? Was she detailed? Was she worried about health? I think that's one thing that we have accessible nowadays.
That's what I do, like testimonials. I mean, I used to do that when I was in the coaching business and like have my clients just like get a genuine testimonial of like, how did you like the training? What's going on? Because especially in the bodybuilding world in competition, I mean, you're not going to learn someone's body and how to put them on a correct plan in 3 weeks.
Right.
So a lot of the times people come to us or come to coaches expecting like, you don't know anything and everything about me. And it's like, that's not how it's going to work. So our first prep or, 3 months, it's just a trial and error. I got to learn what you're reciprocating, like what you're able to do, how far I can push you and make adjustments. Yeah. And if those clients don't get the results, they're out. I mean, they're like, oh, we didn't do your job. So a lot of the blame gets put on us, right?
For sure.
I mean,
always going to be.
But I mean, it goes like you said, I mean, you have to be knowledgeable. So like, I know myself, I've worked with pro bodybuilders, nutritionists, coaches, just to gain as much knowledge as I can to pass that on to someone else. So if you're not doing it yourself, I think we've all had coaches and currently do, so I mean, it's not like you're jumping around, but like, okay, this is what fits me, like you're a boot style kind of trainer, or you're, hey, you don't have to do that. Let's do something else. You want to hold people accountable to like what their goals are. I mean, when I was first going, I'd have like 6'5", 300-pound guys cry because I'm like, why are you in here? Like, oh, I just want to look good. And I'm like, no. Why? And they're like, oh, I just want to lose, some weight, get some muscle. And like after 5 whys, they finally broke down and say, well, you know what? I just want to play with my kids. Yeah. I'm like, that's it. Like that's the reason when you're down in the trenches and you're feeling tired and you can't go forward, like, hey, you told me this. Right. So that's something I can hold over you just to kind of keep pushing you.
That's big. Finding your why is
absolutely.
Because that when you find when you're willing to admit what your actual why is, that's really where the accountability, the commitment, the discipline is going to come.
I mean, everyone wants to lose 5, 10, 20 pounds. It's like, but then you're not going to like how you look. So it's like you want to burn some fat, gain muscle, so it's like, it's a juggling aspect, and then people will tell you, oh, I ate well today. I had my water and whatnot. I'm like, but did you? You know, it's like, it's a 24/7 thing. It's not like playing a sport or football where like you can lose a game one week and still be in the championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you lose one weekend or one day, then you're starting over.
Yeah.
You know, I had a client that like, she said, you know, I eat a Snickers bar. So the next time I put a Snickers bar on the treadmill, flipped it over and said, see how many calories that is? You're going to do, yeah, exactly. You're going to stay all this until you burn that. And like, oh man, shit, that's a lot. So when you're like, oh, I'll just burn it off tomorrow or I'll work out. Hell,
that's crazy.
It's a lot harder than what you put. Yeah, you got to put it in a reality. So it's like they don't really understand how, when they're like, oh, you can have that, right? I mean, you train, you work out, but it is like a double-edged sword to us, you know, in the competition world. It's like, if they see you eating chicken and rice every day, like, dude, you don't ever eat like a cheeseburger?
Yeah.
And then when you do, it's like, you can't have that.
Exactly.
You know, I'm like, bro, I've earned this. Like, I can't. Yeah.
While they're eating a burger, like, oh wow, you're eating that?
Man.
You're a bodybuilder. You're supposed to be healthy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. My first prep, I was horrible. Like, I mean, I stayed on prep because I work with Braves Foreign, but I didn't want to stray, but I would get angry with people like around the table. I'm like, why are you eating that? Like, you don't need it. I just didn't know how to respond to people's lifestyles. Like, how is this person like so overweight? And then they complain about it. But here I am like measuring my stuff out. I'm like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, my first pro, I thought I was like, dude, I was in the best shape of my life. I was like, I'm going to win the show, you know, and it was at the Texas State. And like, I'm not going to tell you what year because I'm old. But I mean, that was when they only had 5 big shows a year in Texas. And I think I placed 7th out of 16 as a middleweight. But I mean, it was one of those things that it taught you a lot about yourself. So I think when people look at bodybuilding, it's like, oh, you just want to look good, you're vain, you're cocky, you know, whatever. But it teaches you the disciplinary things to trickle down in everyday life, right? I mean, those abilities to like stay structured and have routine and see how your body can push. I mean, when you say like, oh, can you lift 100 pounds? Like, no. I'm like, have you tried? You know, like you don't even know what you're capable of until you do it. And so it's the mindset big time. But then post show, I don't know, y'all can attest that it kind of gets kind of gloomy. It's like you don't have anything.
Post show blues are real.
Yeah, it's real. It's like I don't have anything to look good forward to. You know, my abs are gone.
The structure is, for me, it's the structure. When I'm not on prep, it's hard for me to find and get back into a routine and find that structure, because when you're on prep, I mean, you guys know it's fasted cardio in the morning, eat breakfast, you know, set up for your next thing, whether it's work, clients, whatever the case may be. Then you're going to train in the afternoon, and it's like every day is the same thing. And honestly, I work better in that type of atmosphere. So when I'm not on prep, kind of lost. It's hard for me to find my groove. But you know, it's an everyday battle, and at the end of the day, as long as you kind of try to stay as consistent as possible, I think you'll be all right.
Well, we know that Christine's got a show coming up, so we wish you all the best.
Good luck.
Are you ever gonna hit the stage?
First time on stage, right? That's what he said earlier.
Yeah, it's my first one.
10th time, last time? I don't know.
Right.
Hey.
So right now, it's kind of on the back burner. Just like I said, busy with the kids, playing a lot of sports, and I'm coaching my son's sports and stuff like that. So it's kind of on the back burner. But my son did tell me the other day, like, hey, Dad, you can't retire yet. We got to go to meet. So when it comes from my son, I guess I guess I'm not retired officially.
Never say never. I mean, there might be a chance. You know, I missed the stage. I mean, I competed for 17 years and turned pro in 2020, and I did a couple of pro shows, and I might jump back into it. You know,
it's never
just
too
to
late.
give it, you know, one more
run.
Yeah, one more run.
One more run before you're 50.
Yeah, 55. Take like a decade off of it. Hey, man. But yeah, it was good talking with y'all. You know, getting chop it up a little bit, get some insight on what's going on behind the scenes and who you guys are as people and as Pro Series athletes. So thank you for your time.
Yes.
Keep tuning in for Reps and Real
That
Talk.
was the real talk. Now let's go get the reps.
Hey. And then put that music.
How was that, Charles?
That was
Good.
Yeah.
Sweet.
This is like the group. I like that.
That was good. Goodbye.
That was good.